And we are back. We have the Masters C Division Championship between the San Francisco Impact and the Allstars, the National All-Stars, here at the 15th Annual Sin City Classic, presented by Lexus. I'm Roman Jimenez from the Cloud Sports Network, and we are broadcasting live from the Ken Scarce Memorial Studios here in Las Vegas, Nevada, at Sunset Park on Field 14, just a stone's throw away from McCarran International Airport, and we are thrilled to be here. We include Mitchell Barnes, Tyler Forrester, Jordan Espiritu, and Charles Brown, and the venerable, my partner broadcaster, a member of the Softball Austin Hall of Fame, the Naga Softball Hall of Fame. He is Rich Siegel. He is also the voice of gay softball, and I'm more than happy to welcome him to the microphone as he's looking through his scorebook here. Good afternoon, Rich.
Oh, good afternoon. We're going to have a really good ball game. This I think, will be a lot closer than any of the other games that we've seen so far today. I don't think we'll see a run rule in this one. It'll be the San Francisco Impact against the National All-Stars. It's a winner-take-all because there's no double elimination. It's been single elimination all day, and so this will be the final game that we will do this afternoon because the winner gets first, the loser gets second, and then we go back to the hotel.
And congratulations to the San Francisco, or to the Living Legends from Phoenix, who took third. Congratulations to them. Our umpire crew.
Mike Wesley will have the plate today, he from Milwaukee, and Angelo Pineda will be the base umpire, he from Portland.
You will remember Angelo from the previous game. He had the plate and was all by his onesies now, but we've got the two umpire mechanic.
So they're sending San Francisco off the field. I think they're going to have to.
They were talking about winner's bracket, who was going to be the home team and all of that, but there is no winner bracket because it's a single elimination tournament. So they're figuring out who's going to be the home team, who's going to be the visiting team, and while they do that, we want to just give a quick shout out to some of the tournament sponsors here at the Sin City Classic. Tito's Handmade Vodka is the sponsor for this game, and they have been a great partner for Sin City Classic. They sponsored the Ken Scarce Memorial Award last night at the Compete Sports Diversity Award, and of course they are sponsoring, helping to sponsor the Sin City Classic here in Las Vegas. And this has just been a heck of a way to kick off this weekend.
Mm-hmm. It's been fun.
And tomorrow we're back again with C Division tournament play. We'll have a couple of round-robin games, and then we'll jump into the tournament. And our coverage starts tomorrow at noon. And then what are we doing on Sunday?
The D Division. D1, right?
D1. All the way up through and including the championship game. So we'll have C Division tournament play going up through the semifinal bracket. On Saturday, and then we'll be bringing you the D Division sort of elimination play all the way up through the final, the championship game, and possibly even an if game if there is one on Sunday.
So, at the 15th Annual Sin City, you will have seen, by watching us, 3 champions crowned.
That's right.
This one, and the C tomorrow, and the D.
Well, we won't have the C
Sunday.
Championship tomorrow.
Oh, we won't? Okay.
Because it's just, C is a 2-day tournament. And so we're only going to have we'll have the late rounds of the winner's bracket on Saturday. And then we'll have the late rounds of the loser's bracket on Sunday for the D Division, going you back until we get back into the winner's bracket on Sunday night. But we'll crown 2 champions here. Mm-hmm. The Masters C Division and then the Open D Division.
They are doing the coin toss now, Ben Tucker and Orlando Diaz, and by Ben Tucker's reaction, it looks like he won.
It does appear.
So they're going to be the home team. The National All-Stars are going to be the home team for this game, and the San Francisco Impact will be the visiting team. San Francisco will bat Tyler White leading off in left center, Joe Jaquez at shortstop, Dave Walsh in right, Joe Bland at first.
357, our battery just went dead on the timer. 357 by 1.
Now, Rich, you have been a part of teams that have gotten this far in the tournament before, many times. Now, What is your preference? Do you want to come in hot, or would you have rather have had a game off like the Impact have had?
Hot. I'd rather come in hot.
Just keep playing.
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of in the same.
In weather like this, you're not taxed as much.
Right.
But I remember going all the way back to 2006 at the World Series in Fort Lauderdale, and I was with the team in the B division that had taken a long time off between games, and they were playing a team from Philadelphia that had played 6 in a row in that weather, and the team from Philadelphia beat the Austin team, and that knocked us out. I'd rather come in having played, staying hot.
Yeah.
Anyway, Joe Bland at first, Richard Frederick in left, Steve Wanzik, the catcher, Hector Miranda in right center, Hector Medina will be at third. The pitcher will be Bill Kirsten. Orlando Diaz is not going to pitch in this game because he got hurt in the previous game, and then Michael Layton at second. And we'll give you the National All-Stars lineup when they come to bat. So we are ready to go.
The first pitch of the C Division Masters Championship here at the 15th Annual Sin City Classic is about to be underway.
And we are going to get a clear indication of balls and strikes from our home plate umpire, Michael Wesley from Milwaukee. The first pitch was a strike, and the second pitch is a ball.
The way he said that just inside, I wasn't entirely sure that had almost the same level of emphasis as the strike call.
There's a ground ball hit off the pitcher's glove. He recovers in time and throws him out. That's the first out in the top of the first. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Joe Jaquez. First pitch inside for a ball. And that pitch is high for a ball. 3-1. There's a strike called. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Jaquez swings and hits one up the middle, and that's in the right center field for a base hit. The left-handed hitting Dave Walsh will bat third, and he plays right field. And the first pitch to him is a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Swung on, and a very slow roller hit back to the pitcher. Fields it and tosses him out on a close play at first base, and on the play, Jaquez takes second.
Bang, bang play, close, but umpire Pineda's right there. Saw it.
Joe Bland, the batter.
Let's go, Joe.
I'm assuming it's Joe because everybody says go. Let's go, Joe, and he's wearing a jacket because of the chill, and he takes a pitch inside for a ball, 2 balls and a strike. He hit a home run in San Francisco's previous game that we did against SoCal. Next one to Joe Bland. He hits one foul to right field and out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Do you remember the cheer? Holy cow, that's a foul.
Move it over. And there's a fly ball, and that's going to be foul, and that'll be an inning-ending out because there is no courtesy foul. And in the top of the first, nothing for San Francisco. They leave a batter, and after a half an inning, no score.
Now that we have a break in the action, I want to tell you about my friend Bridget at Angel Babies Surrogacy and Egg Donation. They're an international agency that has proudly helped queer folks build their families all over the world for 20 years. If you're gay and ready to add to your family, then you're going to need an egg donor and a surrogate. Now, Bridget and her team at Angel Babies have high-quality, affordable egg donors and surrogates ready to help. And believe me, You want Bridget on your team. She's amazing, and her success rates are outstanding. Wherever you are in the United States, she won't quit until you've achieved your dream. To get Bridget on your team, head over to absurro.com. That's ABSURRO.com, and get in touch with my friend Bridget today. You can also find him on Facebook, Angel Baby Surrogacy and Egg Donation. Get in touch with them and let them help you build your family.
These lineup for the National All-Stars. Stan Walton leads off in left center, Bud Davis in right, Garrig the pitcher, Mike Mann in left, Eddie Tillman at third, Ben Tucker at second, Walter Smith at first, Charlie Stubbs the shortstop, Larry Lane in right center, and Ed Martinez is the catcher. The pitcher for San Francisco is Bill Kirsten, and his battery mate is Steve Wanzik. And so the umpire says, let's go, let's get this going. Stan Walton will lead it off. And Walter Smith will trot out to go coach at first base. First pitch to Stan Walton is hit on the ground, a slow roller to third. On to first, a bounced throw, and the first baseman does not come up with it. So it's an infield hit for Stan Walton.
Just kind of killed that ball right down the third baseline. It was a slow roller, and he was hustling right out of the box.
And that'll bring up the right fielder, Bud Davis. Greg Garrig, the pitcher, moves into the on-deck circle. First pitch hitting, and there's a line drive back to the second baseman. As it was sinking, but he was able to make the catch, and that's out number one in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, it had kind of that knuckling kind of effect as it was heading right toward him and just kind of took a nosedive. It was almost like Chuck Knobloch threw that ball out there at him.
Here's Greg Garrig. He is the pitcher, and his counterpart throws to him a pitch that is in front of the plate for a ball, 2-1.
We'll call that well short.
Okay. It's a strike call. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That one fooled me. I thought for sure that was going to hit the plate, and I thought for sure it was going to hit the front of the plate, and it just kept going.
2-2. Kirsten's pitch to Garrig, swung on, hit high in the air to center field. Coming in is the right center fielder. He drops the ball. Stan Walton will move up to second base. It's runners at first and second and 1 out.
That was a tough one because it was kind of tailing away from him as he was coming in with the wind kind of blowing in on him. And I think it hit his glove, but I don't know that he had much of a chance to get that one.
So we'll score it as a base hit, and that'll bring up Mike Mann. And he hits one high in the air to second base.
They're going to call that an infield fly.
Infield fly, so Mann is out on the pop-up to the second baseman. And it appears to me that some of the Phoenix players have stuck around to give him some raspberries. Eddie Tillman, the batter. 2 on, 2 out. Eddie Tillman swings and hits one back to the pitcher.
Oh, fantastic
nice play by Kirsten, and that he makes the put out 1-3, and that ends the bottom of the first with 2 left on. 2 hits in the inning for the National All-Stars.
As we go into the break now, I want to tell you about another good friend of mine, Dr. Samuel Wood and his team at Gen 5 Fertility. Gen 5 is where queer folks go when they're ready to talk to a doctor. Look, when you're a part of the queer community and you're ready to build your family, finding a doctor who will listen will be tough. Well, I promise you, you have a friend at Gen 5 Fertility. I know Dr. Wood, and I've worked with him for 10 years. I promise you. He doesn't just welcome queer parents, he celebrates them. Several of my friends have built their families with his help. So whether you're gay, lesbian, bisexual, or trans, wherever you fit in our fabulous rainbow, I promise you, Dr. Wood and his team at Gen 5 Fertility is the place to go when it's time to build your family. Visit them today at gen5fertility.com. Click on the Family Pride tab to learn more. That's gen5fertility.com, and tell them Roman sent you.
In the crowd, I see 2020 Hall of Famer Kevin Riddle from Nashville, who is coming out of retirement to play this year.
Love and swirls for K-Rid.
Swirl for K-Rid. Richard Frederick leading off, the left fielder, here in the top of the second, and he takes a pitch for a strike. We're scoreless in the top of the second, and the next one is hit to the second baseman, who tried to backhand it on the line, but it dipped under his glove and on into right center field for a base hit.
That had that exact same knuckling effect that the pitch, that the ball hit out to second base on the previous half of the inning.
Stephen Wansik, the catcher, the batter. Vincent Fuqua must be here because I hear that laugh.
He is.
And Wansik hits one underneath the shortstop's glove and on into the left field for a base hit. It'll be runners at first and second. Right center fielder Roel Miranda will be the batter.
So who are you rooting for, Facebook? We want to hear it. Type into the chat who you're rooting for, or if you have any friends in this game, tag them so that they can come back and find this game easily enough.
First pitch swinging, and Miranda hits one past the second baseman and into right center field for a base hit. Frederick will come around to score, and on the play, Wansik moves to third. It's runners at first and third with the first run of the ball game scored. It's 1-0 San Francisco. Hector Miranda, the batter. Hector plays third base, and he bats from the left side. Runners at the corners with one out, and he goes after the first pitch and hits one to right field. Coming in is the right fielder, and the ball drops in front of him for a hit. Wansik scores to make it 2-0, and Miranda moves up to second base. It's first and second with nobody out.
That ball hung up there for quite a while. It looked like it was almost going to get caught, but as it landed in front of him, his teammates in the dugout, making sure they have his back, said it's a line drive in the scorebook.
So 2 runs in the inning, nobody out. The pitcher, Bill Kirsten, will be the batter. And the first pitch to Bill, he goes after the first offering and hits one to left field. Mike Mann on the run, makes the catch along the line, and that's out number 1. For those of you wondering about our friend Orlando Diaz, who was hit in the middle, he got hit in the hip. So he will have a big bruise tomorrow morning, and that's why he is not playing in this game. Michael Layton, the second baseman, will be the batter. He is the last batter in the order, and he bats with runners at first and second and one out and takes a strike. Inside for a ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And you appreciate a catcher who's trying to frame the pitch, even in slow pitch softball.
Miranda at second. Medina at first. There'll be a courtesy runner. I think it's Orlando running at first for Kirsten, so he's apparently not in that bad a shape. That pitch is inside for a ball, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I think it was the plant leg that was kind of the issue.
Line drive into left center field. That ball gets down for a hit. Here comes Miranda around third. He will score. Medina on his way to third, and Diaz on his way to third, and Layton in the second with a double.
And the Impact's bats are letting themselves be heard here.
First pitch swinging is Tyler White, and he lines one down the right field line foul.
You know, that wasn't my best work. I was trying to say that that San Francisco's bats are making an impact, but I just couldn't get that out.
We understood, though.
Yeah, not my best work. I need to do better. I hold myself to a higher standard.
And the next one to Tyler White. In the right center field, that ball goes. It's hit rather well, but it is caught by the right center fielder. It'll be a sacrifice fly as Orlando Diaz scores.
With Andres Galarraga-like speed around those bases.
And Michael Layton tagged up, and he went to third. And that'll bring up Joe Jaquez. And there's a strike called by Michael Wesley. Swing and a ground ball past the pitcher into center field for a hit. Michael Layton crosses the plate. And that'll bring up Dave Walsh. Dave Walsh grounded back to the pitcher in his previous at-bat. And he takes the ball. And there's a swing and a base hit into left field. He went the opposite way. And he is a base runner here. Other runner to third is
get him. No.
Safe.
Slides under the tag.
Tyler White safe at third, or rather, Joe Jaquez is safe at third base on a base hit to left field by Dave Walsh, and they've batted around now as Joe Bland becomes the 10th batter to bat in this inning. And the first pitch to Joe Bland is a strike called. Ball and two strikes. That pitch is inside. 2-2. And the next one, swung on and hit in the air to left field. And foul, and that's the inning. It's a strikeout. So they bat around. 5 runs score in the inning. And after an inning and a half, it's the Impact 5 and the Allstars nothing.
It's getting a little bit chilly here in the valley as we are nearing the end of the day. This will be the final game here, as we've mentioned. We will resume our coverage tomorrow here again at Sunset Park, Field 14. If you're in the Vegas area, swing by and say hello. Our coverage begins at noon with the C1 division, the open C1 division. And we'll go from 12, 1, and 2. We'll take a break at 3, and then we'll come back at 4, 5, and 6. That is our coverage tomorrow. All of it free and all of it live on the Sin City Classic Facebook page and the Sin City Classic YouTube channel is where you can find us. But for this game, the Masters C Division Championship, we want to know who you're rooting for. Are you rooting for Mr. Tucker? Let us know. Tag him in the chat. Let us know who you are rooting for.
And he is the leadoff batter, Ben Tucker, who hits one to second base. Michael Layton on 2 hops. Ben stops running, and that's the first out in the inning. 4-3 on the putout, and the batter will be Walter Smith. And the next first pitch to Walter Smith is a strike called. Let's see if you can hear the umpire on this pitch. Nope, but you heard the crack of the bat, and that ball is hit into right center field for a base hit.
That was another good piece of hitting by Walter Smith.
So
the
he is
will they run for him? And it looks like they're sending someone out to do just that.
That'll be the pitcher, Greg Garrig. He is going to go run at first base for Walter Smith.
He has turned back. It looks like he was just going to get the bat. I think he's the on-deck batter next.
Oh, okay.
Or something.
Charles Tubbs going to run.
Walter Smith is going to run. No, he's not. Now they.
So
now
the guy who's coaching first base is going to run, and I guess that's Jeff Milio. There's the first pitch on its way to Tubbs with 1 on and 1 out. Swung on and right back to the pitcher. This should be 2. Out at second and out at first. 1-6-3 on the double play. Pitcher, shortstop, first base. Nothing across for the Nationals in the bottom of the second. It is still San Francisco 5 and the Nationals nothing on the Cloud Sports Network.
That's a tough double play to turn, too, because not only does the pitcher have to field the ball, which is always a bit of a surprise when it's coming right at you from just 50 feet away, but then you have to turn around and wait for the shortstop or the second baseman to get over and cover the bag. So you have to recover, make the throw, and then then the shortstop you're throwing the ball to has to get it before the runner coming out of the box can make it down the line, which is only 70 feet. So a good job of turning the 1-6-3 double play. Tough one to do. Hey, Rich,
by the way, it's supposed to be colder, chillier tomorrow than it was today, but hopefully there won't be as much wind. The high was supposed to be in the mid-60s today, according to Las Vegas weather, and tomorrow low 60s. I hope they're wrong. In the top,
are you rooting for the weather guy to be wrong?
I'm rooting for the temperatures to be warmer, and that, in which case, the weather girl that I watched this morning would have been wrong. But all right, here in the top of the third, the leadoff batter is going to be Richard Frederick, the left fielder, and he takes the first pitch for a strike. He singled and scored in the 5-run inning, and he hits another one. This is a base hit, a solid single to left center field, so he leads off the third with a hit. It's his second hit of the day.
One of the shout-outs that we didn't get to last time for this Impact team was they wanted to say hello to Ken Christie and to Howie, who is probably at the pool.
Good for her. Steven Wansik, the catcher, singled and scored in the last inning, and he hits a ground ball to short. This might be two. Out at second, they throw to first, and Walter Smith drags it out. Is he safe?
I think
he is safe.
They're going to call him safe. It looked like his foot got there before the ball bounced into the glove of Walter Smith.
So it's 6-4 on the putout, and the runner safe at first on the fielder's choice. Roel Miranda singled in his previous at-bat, and he also scored. There's going to be a discussion between the umpires because I think the question is, was the runner safe or out?
And that's the way that you appeal that.
And I think they called him out.
They did, no.
No. Well, it still goes as a force out, and the batter is still going to be Roel Miranda, and San Francisco still leads the game 5-0.
Not entirely sure what that discussion was, but
first pitch is a ball. Second pitch is hit on the ground to the first baseman. Walter Smith will take the easy play at first base, and that's the second out.
Well done. Smith came to play today, didn't he?
Yes, he did. So 2 out, and the runner at second base now as Wansik moves up, and the batter is going to be Hector Medina, who reached on a single and was forced at second, and hits a solid hit into right center field. That will fall in front of the right center fielder, and it gets behind him for an error. Here is Wansik scoring, and the runner heads to third very gingerly.
He tattooed that ball. It one hopped to the right center fielder and bounced off of him. It caught a little bit of, it took a tricky hop off of there and just kind of went through him. That ball was hit hard.
Bill Kirsten, the batter, who reached on a fielder's choice in his previous at-bat.
Wants to give a shout out to Alex and Gavin, who were not able to make the trip. Gavin because of an injury, and Alex because Alex is a nurse, and well, nurses are busy right now.
Doing the more important work. Ground ball underneath the second baseman's glove and into right field for a base hit. The courtesy runner, Wansik, will cross the plate. So that is a single and an RBI for Kirsten. Diaz will come in to run for him. The batter will be Layton, who doubled and drove in 2 runs, scored a run in his first at-bat. And he takes a strike. Next one is a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch is inside ball 3. 3-2 the count And there's a fly ball hit out into right field, and it is caught. And that is the inning. One more run for San Francisco. And we go to the bottom of the third with the new score, San Francisco 6 and the National Allstars nothing.
Ken.
Hey, Mike, 1 or 2? 2, thank you.
This is a good opportunity to do a quick remembrance of our friend Ken Scarce, who was the former tournament director here at Sin City. Passed away earlier last year, quite suddenly.
And thus the name of our broadcast center for this tournament will be the Ken Scarce Memorial Broadcast Center, a well-deserved honor to memorialize the man who has been a part of this tournament since, well, long before 2017, but he took it over then, and this will have its imprint on him, his imprint on him for a very, very long time. Great guy.
Ken, you are missed.
Larry Lane takes a strike. He guided many a person in his league and in Naga softball. And Larry Lane gets a single to left to start the bottom of the third.
I'm going to take a minute to brag about Larry.
Go ahead. He plays in your league.
Plays in our league, in America's Finest City Softball League in San Diego, and on my team, on our team, Mitch's and ours team, San Diego Vengeance.
Here is the catcher, Ed Martinez. There's a swing and up the middle. That's a base hit. Lane on his horse gallops all the way over to third base, and it's runners at first and third.
She fast.
Top of the order, Sam Walton, the batter. And there'll be a courtesy runner. Here comes Emilio to run, or for Martinez. That'll send Martinez to the first base coaching box, and Walter Smith will come back to the dugout. Walton swings and hits one beyond the second baseman's glove. That's Leighton in the left center field for a base hit. And Emilio goes from first to third. It'll be runners at first and third and a run in. And it's now 7-1. But Davis up the middle and off the pitcher's glove and into left center field for a hit. Emilio scores 7-2. Walton holds second for Greg Garrig. Four hits in the inning. And Garrig waiting for the first offering. Goes after it and hits one to the first baseman. They'll go to second and get the out there, and now they go behind the runner at third. I think the third baseman didn't realize he had to tag him.
What kind of an out that was going to be, yeah.
So they get the out at second base. The force out will go 3-6. So it's runners at first and third with one out, and that'll bring up Mike Mann. And Mike Mann takes a strike. One ball, two strikes. Mike Mann waits and swings and hits one to the shortstop. They get the force at second, on to first, and safe. Sam Walton scores. And the force out will go 6-4. And Mike Mann reaches on the fielder's choice, and that'll bring up Eddie Tillman. Takes a ball as the ball hit the plate. And the next offering from the pitcher is a strike called. 2-2. And the next one, he swings and hits one into left field for a base hit. Mann will hold at second base as the ball gets in quickly. So it's runners at first and second and 2 out for Ben Tucker. Walter Smith will move out on deck. And there's a ground ball, and that hits under the first baseman's glove and on into right field for a hit. Mike Mann comes across to score the 4th run of the inning, and it's now 7-4.
Just a 3-run ball game. That puts the tying run at the plate.
And Eddie Tillman held second. Here's Walter Smith. He singled his first time up. And he swings and hits one to the alley in right center field, and coming over to make the catch. And that's Hector Miranda, and that is the inning. And 4 runs scored in that inning for the Nationals, their first 4 of the game. And we go to the top of the 4th. It's San Francisco 7 and the National Allstars 4 on the Cloud Sports Network.
Coming up Easter weekend, April 15th through the 17th in Richmond, Virginia, Naga presents the Naga Cup, an invitational tournament for the best of the best in A and B Division tournament play. Check them out on Facebook at 2022 Naga Cup. Then later in the year, y'all come to Dallas for the Gay Softball World Series, you hear? It's August 29th through September 3rd, and more than 200 teams are expected from all across the U.S. and Canada. Visit nagasoftball.org for more details, and check out the host city's Facebook page at 2022 Dallas Gay Softball World Series. And I'm happy to say that the Cloud Sports Network will be in Dallas for that event.
On the last 2 days, the Friday and Saturday, it'll be very exciting to be back doing World Series again. Kansas City was fun.
It was.
We did a lot of championship games that day.
we
Tyler White to lead off in the top of the 4th.
Much to Mitch's chagrin, we did 8 games in a row in Kansas City.
But we had fun. Tyler White has bounced to the pitcher and had a sacrifice fly to right center, so he's officially 0 for 1. And he takes a ball, takes another ball, and hits one into right field. Coming on and making the catch is the right fielder, Bud Davis. Here's Joe Jaquez. He has singled twice. And the first pitch is a ball. We are inside of about 25 minutes to go in this game. So plenty of time. Here's the next offering, and that's it to center field, and it is rather well.
Oh,
it's off the right center fielder's glove, and Jaquez will hold it first.
That ball just had a little more carry at the end than it looked like it was going to have.
Dave Walsh has grounded to the pitcher and reached on a single. There'll be another courtesy runner here as the speedy Tyler White will come in to run for Jaquez.
There has not yet been a home run over the fence in this game.
Surprising. That means we've got good pitching. First pitch is foul to the left side, 1-2. There's a ground ball to second base. It's bobbled by the second baseman, but he plays on to the shortstop for the out.
That ball got more of Tucker than Tucker got of it.
That's Tucker to Tubbs, and and so that's out number 1. Out number 2.
Burger there, I think.
Joe Bland hits one high and deep to left field, but it'll stay in the ballpark and be caught by Mike Mann, and that ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Our score remains the San Francisco Impact 7 and the National Allstars 4 on the Cloud Sports Network.
This year, the Asana Softball World Series will take place August 16th through the 20th in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Join as an estimated 100 teams comprised of cisgender women, trans men, non-binary, and agender athletes come together to compete in multiple divisions for the title of World Champion. Visit asanaseries.org for more information. Like them on Facebook at Asana Softball World Series. We've got a quick announcement here to let you know that the Masters D Division has all wrapped up. The Rhode Island Rockers has taken the title from the Palm Springs Heat Strokes. That game just ended in an 11-7 victory for the Rhode Island Rockers. Congratulations to the Providence team.
Charlie Tubbs hits one that gets past the right fielder. He has at least a triple, and he'll hit an in-the-park home run. So that is our first home run, but it's in the park, so it doesn't count against their one home run that they're allowed over the fence.
And that cuts the lead to 2.
7-5 the score, and Larry Lane the batter. He is singled and scored, and he lifts one in the air to the second baseman or the first baseman. One of them, better call it. And the ball is caught, and I believe it was caught by the first baseman, Joe Bland. By the way, I won't be as cold. Home plate umpire Michael Wesley was kind enough to give me some gloves, so my hands are not as cold as they were like in the last hour. Here's Ed Martinez.
Tied ball game now.
First pitch to hit, swing and a ground ball to the shortstop, fielded by Medina, and on to first for the out, and that's out number 2.
So after giving up the leadoff home run down the right field line, inside the park, 2 quick outs in the infield.
Stan Walton has singled and singled. He bats with a run in and 2 outs and hits one foul to the left side. He waits for the next pitch. And he gets one in the air to shallow left center field. It will be caught by the left center fielder, and that is the third out of the inning. Tyler White making the catch. 1 run scores for the National Allstars. That's 5 for them. San Francisco leads, though, as we go to the top of the 5th. It is 7-5 on the Cloud Sports Network.
So who are you rooting for, Facebook? It's coming down to the wire here. There's only a couple of minutes left. There's only a couple of innings left. We want to know who you think is going to take it. Will it be the National All-Stars? I almost called them the DC All-Stars. Will it be the National All-Stars, or will it be the Impact from the San Francisco Gay Softball League? Rich, one of the great things about this Masters division is that more so than any other division, pickup teams like the All-Stars is really more the rule than the exception. There are so many different leagues represented on that All-Stars team. From San Diego to Palm Springs to Nashville to DC to Dallas, New Orleans, all over the place.
Richard Frederick will lead off here in the top of the 5th for San Francisco. The left fielder has singled and singled. He hits one into left center field, and that gets down for another hit. And this one will roll for a little bit. It doesn't quite get to the fence. It's a leadoff triple. They get the ball into the shortstop, but his relay throw will not be in time. It gets by the third baseman, but it's backed up by the catcher.
I was a little bit surprised to see Rich rounding second, heading to third, but he was committed to it. It looked like it caught the cutoff throw, the shortstop, by surprise as well.
Yes.
Kind of made a late throw, and I think that was what put that ball in the dirt.
Steve Wanzik has singled. He is hit into a fielder's choice. He hits a ground ball to the shortstop. The play is to first. The out is made, but the run scores. It'll be an RBI ground out, fielder's choice, as Frederick scores, and it's now 8-5.
So they get that leadoff home run back.
Hector Miranda will bat. He has singled and grounded to the first baseman unassisted. He is 1 for 2, and he takes a strike. And that pitch just misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a pop-up to the right side. It's in foul territory, and because he'd already had a strike on him and there's no courtesy foul, he is out. 2 outs. Hector Medina has singled twice, and he has scored twice. And the first pitch to him. He swings and hits one over the first baseman's head and into right field for a base hit.
That ball was headed for the foul line and then took a left turn.
So he is 3 for 3. He has actually scored once. And there'll be a courtesy runner. And Orlando Diaz will come in to run as the courtesy runner for the 3rd time. Bill Kirsten, the batter, he has flied to left and grounded into and is singled. He swings and lines one into left center field for a base hit. That ball will get by the left center fielder. So this will mean Diaz will come in round to 3rd. He is going to motor on into home and add to the 2nd run in the inning, and it is now 9-5.
Did not look happy about it, though, did Diaz.
That's an RBI double for Kirsten. And he will be run for by a base runner who is wearing a black jacket, and I think that's Bob Seifert. Here's Michael Layton. Grounds one in the hole between first and second into right field, so he's now 2 for 3. Rob Seifert scores, and that's the 3rd run in the inning, and brings up Tyler White. 2 outs. Tyler White today has bounced to the pitcher, hit a fly ball to right center for an RBI, sacrifice fly RBI. He flied to right field and now gets a single to left. So he's 1 for 3. Layton holds at second. We have 3 runs in the inning. And Joe Jaquez, the batter, who has singled, and reached on an error. High for a ball. The 2-1 swung on and hit in the air to center field, and the right center fielder makes the catch, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. 3 more runs, though, for San Francisco. The umpire has 3, so it's now 10-5.
Got about 15 minutes left. We may run out of innings before we run out of time. Now, Rich, we have done Masters before, but at the World Series. We haven't done it quite as much as we have done here today. What do you think?
It's been competitive. This game certainly has been. We've seen some good solid hitting. We've had some good defense played by some of the teams today. All in all, look, it was a smart thing for them to do, to create a Masters Division when they did. It's given more people the opportunity to continue to play a sport that they love.
To extend their playing life. Yeah, absolutely.
Bud Davis will lead off in the home half of the fifth inning, and he takes the first pitch and fouls it to the screen.
I'm 2 years away from Masters.
I'm 18 years ahead.
20-year total.
20-year total, yeah. Of a ball and 2 strikes to Bud to Bud Davis, who swings and hits one up the middle and into center field for a base hit. What did he tell you? About 15 minutes, give or take?
Yeah, just a hair over, so a little under now.
Okay, so here's Greg Garrig. He is singled. He has reached on a fielder's choice. Strike called. The next pitch to him is a ball, 2 balls, and 2 strikes. There's a fly ball hit out into right center field. That ball is going to get in for a base hit, and on the play, Davis on his horse will go to third, and Garrig running all the way will make it to second, so it's second and third with 1 out, with nobody out. Here's Mike Mann, who has popped to the second baseman, and he has also hit into a fielder's choice. He has scored a run, and he lifts one foul to the right side, out of play.
Dangerously close to stepping out of the box, his man.
Mike Mann swings and hits one deep to center field. On his horse is the right center fielder. Over his head, 1 hops to the fence. 2 runs are going to score on this play, and Mann holds up at the second base with a 2-run double. Davis scores and Garrig scores. Nobody out.
Makes it 10-7 now. It's back to a 3-run game with just a little over 10 minutes left.
Eddie Tillman has bounced to the pitcher, and he is singled. There's a ground ball in the hole and between third and short in the 5-5 hole, and that's a base hit. Mann will jog to third. No reason to risk, not when you have nobody out, and it's runners at first and third with nobody out. Ben Tucker grounded to the second baseman, and he is singled. Bats with nobody on, runners at the corners, and takes a strike.
Come on, Fire.
Here's the next one to Ben Tucker. There's a fly ball into center field, and that ball will get between the right center and the left center fielders. In for a hit. Mike Mann will score, and on the play, Eddie Tillman will go to third. It's an RBI single for Ben Tucker.
All right, Walker, let's do your thing, Walker.
Runner going from second to third. Eddie Tillman was actually thrown out at third base. We lose sight because of the fencing here that's in front of us. And now here's Walter Smith. So 3 runs have scored. It's 10-8. The next one. Here's a ground ball off the pitcher's glove. He fields it. He'll come to second base for the force out on Ben Tucker. and that'll bring up Charles Tubbs. Tubbs has hit into a double play, and he has also hit an in-the-park home run, and he swings and lines one into left center field for a hit. Runners at first and second.
Let's go, Larry.
And Larry Lane, your guy, is going to hit.
He had that pop-up in the infield a little bit ago in his last at-bat. That was sort of a call between the first and the second baseman.
And in his first at-bat, he singled and scored. He's 1 for 2. And he hits one in the hole right under the third baseman for a hit. This will get the courtesy runner home. They throw home anyway, and he's safe. Bud Davis scores, and on the play, Tubbs moves to third. So an RBI single for Larry Lane.
Great job, Larry.
Ed Martinez now.
It's a 2-run game. Both of those runners are on base.
Here's the next one. There's a ground ball to the shortstop off his glove. There will be a play to first, but the ball gets by the first baseman. However, the runners are going to hold. A run does score as Tubbs comes across the plate. I believe, if my math is correct, 4-5-5, that ties the game. Stan Walton, the batter. 2 outs, and Walton fouls one to the left side.
You are right. It is a tie ball game. I was a run behind.
One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the next one. Swing, and a ball hit to the first baseman, Joe Bland. He steps in the bag, and the inning is over. But 5 more score.
Tie ball game.
It's a tie ball game as we go to the top of the 6th.
Just a quick reminder as we head into this inning, the San Francisco Impact is the visiting team. So once this inning is started, it is what it is. The National Allstars will get a chance to bat. So we've got some time. We're doing good on time. It's not a big issue right now. But even if the Impact have an inning where they put a couple across the plate, because the All-Stars are the home team, they will have an opportunity to answer. 6 minutes left in the game. So this is likely the last inning.
So Dave Walsh will lead off. He's 1 for 3. He has bounced to the pitcher, singled, and hit into a fielder's choice to the second baseman. The first pitch to him, very high. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. And the next one, he hits one up the middle, and that's a solid single. That ball is rolling a little bit, but not far enough for Walsh to advance. So he is a leadoff single here. And he is 2 for 4. And Joe Bland, the batter. Joe Bland has fouled out twice. So that would be 2 strikeouts. He has also flied to left. And he hits one into center field. Left center fielder comes on, and a diving catch. Oh, what a great play. On the play, Dave Walsh will move up to second base, but what a spectacular catch out there by Stan Walton. they're discussing. There's a discussion going
As to
on,
whether or not the ball was caught. Or
and
whether
now
it touched the
Angelo
ground.
Pineda and Mike Wesley will talk. I thought he caught it. And they say,
So they're saying that the ball was caught, but that the glove came off the hand, and then the ball was not caught, and so everyone's safe.
Richard Frederick has singled, he has singled, and he has tripled.
That is a big call in this game.
Runner at second, 1 out. First pitch is a ball. That ball gets past the left center fielder. Joe Bland running at first, so apparently that was not a catch. Okay, so he's safe at first base. Nevertheless, Walsh will score. Bland gets to third. I didn't see that the runner was there. My vision was blocked, so I missed that.
Yeah, he was safe on the.
Okay.
So it was not called a
All
catch.
right. So Walsh scores. Bland to third. It's a double for Frederick,
Yes.
and nobody out.
And Impact goes
Wanzik
up
the
by
batter.
1. 11-10 now, with 2 runs in scoring position. The insurance run just 70 feet away.
Well, I'm sorry that I missed that, especially with a game this tight. So a run in, and as Roman says, 11-10. Here's Wanzik. He takes a pitch for a ball. Takes the next pitch and drives one into left field. Man on his horse. He does not catch up to the ball. It falls in for a hit. Bland scores to make it 12-10, and here comes the 13th run as Frederick scores. That's a 2-run single for Wanzik.
So again, even though Impact has put a couple of runs on the board, the Allstars will have an opportunity to answer. They
That's
are
correct.
the home team, and that's how it works.
Here is Roel Miranda. He has singled, hit into a ground out to the first baseman, and struck out on a foul ball, and so he is 1 for 3. Here's the next first pitch to him. He swings and loops one into right center field. That ball is going to drop in for a hit. Wanzik will go to third. Miranda will hold it first.
Good, solid hitting. Nothing remarkable. They're just hitting the gaps, really.
And still nobody out. Yeah. These are veteran ball players. They played for a long time, and they are getting the job done on both teams. Hector Medina hits one foul to the right side and out of play.
This is the last game here at Sunset Park here tonight. This is it.
3 in the inning. And nobody out. 2 runners on base. Wanzik at third. And Miranda at first. And Medina takes the ball. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Ball 3.
It almost was ball 3. Empire kind of had to hop
3
out of the way
balls,
there.
2 strikes. And the next one to him. He swings and hits one to right center field, and that ball is off the fence. Wanzik scores. Here comes Miranda. No, they're going to hold him, and Medina will get into second base with a double.
So that's 4 now, right?
That is 4, and there are still nobody out. Or there is still nobody out. And here is Bill Kirsten. Reached on a fielder's choice, singled, and doubled. He has scored a run, and he takes a ball. And here's the next one. As the sun starts to set, the lights are on here at the park. Strike called. Here's a fly ball hit to left field. Mike Mann moving over towards the line. He makes the catch. However, Miranda will tag and score the 5th run in the inning. That's the first out of the inning. And we'll bring up Michael Layton. A single, fly to right, and a single. He has scored a run, and he has driven in 2.
Doing a little dishes there around home plate.
Michael Layton takes the ball, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Okay, that is game time. We finish the inning.
So you might have heard that. Time has run out, but they must finish the inning. A grounder to the second baseman. Runner at second will hold, and Layton is out at first base. Then Tucker makes the play.
5 runs in so far.
That's that fire song.
And that'll bring up the top of the order, Tyler White. It's bounced to the pitcher, hit a sacrifice fly to right center, fly to right, and also singled. And he is 1 for 3, and he takes a strike. The next one. He thought about it, but took it inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The next one is swung on, hit in the air to right center field, high enough. It'll be playable, and the right fielder makes the putout, and that is the inning as the putout is made by Bud Davis. 5 score in the inning. So the Nationals need 5 to tie, 6 to win, and we go to the bottom of the 6th with our new score, the San Francisco Impact 15, the National Allstars 10 on the Cloud Sports Network.
It's definitely going to be an uphill climb. It's cold. It's getting dark. They've been here all day. Do they have one more rally left in them? This hodgepodge team of players from all over the country. They've come from Nashville, from New Orleans, from Texas, from San Diego, from all over the country. This Allstars team. Do they have one last rally in them? They need, as Rich said, 5 to tie, 6 to win, 5 to push it into extra innings.
2, 3, and 4 batters to face Bill Kirsten here in the bottom of the 6th, and so that means Bud Davis, who was lined to the second baseman, hit a single and he takes the first pitch for a strike. Give that score again.
Yeah, I will here in a second.
Bud Davis behind in the count, 1-2. Hits a ground ball to the third baseman who makes the play, but it went into left field. Again, we lose sight of the ball on that side of the field, so that's going to be a single for Bud Davis. It went under the third baseman's glove. It looked like he had caught it, but I didn't see that it had gone into left field. Yeah, so Greg Garrig, the batter. He is singled, he has hit into a fielder's choice, and he is doubled.
So the Masters D Division game championship has finished up, and if you missed our announcement earlier, the Rhode Island Rockers from the Renaissance Gay Softball League took that.
There's a grounder to the pitcher, out at second, and a double play. Oh, safe at first.
A bang play for sure. Safe was the call, so only 1 out. As I was saying, the Rhode Island Rockers beat the Palm Springs Heat Strokes from the Palm Springs Gay Softball League. So the Renaissance Gay Softball League takes it 11-7.
Mike Mann, the batter, popped to the second baseman and into a fielder's choice and hit a double. He has scored twice. And now there's going to be another discussion. This is Angelo Pineda
appeal discussion
with the San Francisco catcher, Steve Wanzik.
So the way that it works is if you would like the umpire to ask for another opinion, you have to go to the umpire who made the call, ask them to ask for another opinion. The umpire may or may not do that.
Right. So they talked about it and they got the play. They got the play correct. 1 on, 1 out. Strike called.
And it's not whether or not the umpire is going to overrule, it's whether or not they're going to change the call. One doesn't have seniority over another in this two-umpire mechanic.
That pitch is a ball too, 2-2. (15-10) our score. San Francisco leading. Mike Mann fouls one. And he's out. That's the second out of the inning. It's a foul out.
That's out number 2.
So that is out number 2.
How big was
and
that
Eddie
call at
Tillman is
first
the
base
last
now?
hope for this team. He bats with a runner at first base and 2 out.
So how big was that call at first base now? Instead of this game being over, they still have another lifeline here.
And the batter is Eddie Tillman.
They're still going to need 4 more runs, 5 more runs.
Eddie Tillman swings and hits one off the pitcher's glove to underneath the second baseman in the right center field for a base hit. And on the play, Garrig will take third. It's first and third with 2 out. Deflected by the pitcher under Michael Layton's glove. Will give him a hit. Ben Tucker, the batter, is grounded the second baseman, singled, and hit into a fielder's choice.
You better get him his thing.
Oh, my goodness. These people are funny. Here's the pitch. Ben Tucker swings and lines one to the second baseman, Michael Layton. And that is the ball game. The final score, the San Francisco Impact 15 and the National Allstars 10. The National Allstars will finish second in the C Masters, and your winner in the Master C Division, the San Francisco Impact.
Give a shout out to our umpiring crew one more time, if you would, Rich.
Michael Wesley from Milwaukee and Angelo Pineda from Portland. And thank you, Michael, for the gloves.
And that'll do it for our coverage here. One more time, we are back again tomorrow here at Sunset Park for the 15th Annual Sin City Classic presented by Lexus. We'll come back online tomorrow at noon for C Division coverage. Our coverage will begin at 12 o'clock. We'll have games at 12, 1 and 2, and then again at 4, 5, and 6. Thanks for tuning in. We're the Cloud Sports Network, and we'll be back tomorrow. Have a great night.
Do you see a reason to keep any of these old ones?
Dude, isn't that great? Oh my god. Where are you, Mama? Well, well, I didn't have proper help.
Are you playing tomorrow?
We'll lift it up.
Well, you can grab this corner real quick. I'm just tired of it for a minute. I got you.
Okay. The high there. It looks pretty good.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I'm mentally in Tampa. I'm not sure.
Hold on, I got it. Which side?
Maybe.
Hey, Allstarz. You're live right now. If you want to wave at the high home camera to everybody on the internet. Where? Right there. All right, let's go. Let's go. You can turn around and wave for the This is Kevin. Hey, turn around. The camera's right there. Camera's right there. Number 2. hug. COVID hug.
See you in the morning.
Thank you so much, Tyler. You're awesome.
Stop saying that. What's going on? Anything going on?
Congratulations, boys.